through 422 Randolph Street, this tax record. And this is a printout from the office, the actual office there. They printed these out at the tax window. This is for 2003 for 422 Randolph. And the assessment year, there's 0 there, right? Pamela White, Charles and Annette Scott. However, the paperwork shows this is in 2002 as the assessment year, so that's a little misleading there. However, there's records to show something that was done by Bayview Construction at some point. Big time, and their name's not being brought in here. Oh, I see. That's because it's the other property this property is tied to. This is 422 Randolph. The other one is 938 South 17th. They're tied right together. Anytime one of them has a foreclosure action, it bounces off to the other prior foreclosure action in the judicial. In this mill, so at any one time there's 2 cases going on. Double cases, and if both of them are going on, and it spins off of that too, because they go kind of in and out through naming defendants of cases that these folks know about, saying that they weren't aware, but these persons might be a party, and oftentimes these persons are deceased or elderly or being controlled by another lawyer or something in town that's working in unison, and I don't care what they're doing. They're not allowed to do what they've done here. So it's going up, and then it shows. Now, this is a total tax bill for the year 2007. Oh, assessment year 2007. Due and payable in 2008. Maybe. However, it doesn't matter because she ended up paying not $351.94. On the paperwork, it'll show $314.54, which is the prior tax to it's $636, I think, 2005. Yeah, and there's evidence of that in the paperwork, and that's where they would have taken Rachel's identity back and used her identity to get back to anything Annette had going on back there, because there were people collecting on the insurance side at that point, and not her. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying under these names, there's people acting on behalf of these names without the folks that are tied to these names, without their knowledge, and actually in trickery, fraud, language fraud, all kinds of stuff. So let's go on down through here. Rachel paid $314 something every 6 months. This doesn't reflect it, but there's paperwork that shows that in the title paperwork twice a year. So here it was yearly, it was a set amount, and it would have been 100 and something. It wouldn't have been much at all. So they double charged, but it actually went to the prior owner's tax bill. And they can do that through liens. But here comes Stickel Properties. My word, this guy's, he did all kinds of transactions with all kinds of people, which in itself is not a crime. But this shows that if he did this at this level, and this has been found out at this level about this man and his girlfriend, he was married at the time. His girlfriend, who he has a business with, he's portrayed in the paper as the silent person, we're not going to name him. Well, it says it on the state. It's Paul Stickel. She had him beat up or something. And I'm not sure what that was all about, but there's plenty of stuff on the internet. There's plenty of reports on it. And Neil said, he said, I really feel we should have got him, but I couldn't move on him. So he's got quite the reputation. When you tell somebody this guy was involved, they're all over it. The women down at the courthouses and the clerk's office. They've been wondering for a long time what goes on with this guy. Well, I have proof in this case that the reason he didn't get in trouble and the reason that nothing happens with him or certain other parties is because it's running through the judicial. And I have proof of that. There's double mortgages and double warranty deeds and fraud in these two properties, 938 South 17th, 422 Randolph. They go in and out just like a cog in a wheel, just like